Solve the equation for p, where the equation is the quantity r plus p divided by 6 is equal to 3. When you're trying to solve an equation for a variable, you're trying to isolate and get that variable by itself. Notice in this equation that there's just a single p. So one useful method is to use undoing operations. Think about how the expression on the left is built up, and then think about how you would undo each of the different operations. So to illustrate that idea, let's make a flow chart. Let's start off with our variable p. So we'll put p in a circle. And what did the order of operations tell us to do to p first? Well, we have addition and we've got division. Addition comes before division. So we would have to do the addition first. And that would be adding r. So we take p, and the first thing we have to do is to add r. After we do the addition, then we would do the division. We would divide the result by 6. Well, now that all the operations are done, the end result is that we get the number on the right hand side of the equation, which is the number 3. Our goal is to undo this process and find an expression for p. So think about getting dressed and undressed. If you get dressed, you first of all put on your socks and then your shoes. When you get undressed, you would first of all take off your shoes and then take off your socks. The idea is that you would undo the process by undoing the operations in the reverse order. So what we're going to do is instead of starting at the top, we're going to start at the bottom with the number 3. And then we'll think, what undoes dividing by 6? Well, to undo dividing by 6, we would multiply by 6. And then what would we do to undo adding r? We would take away r. And the end result should be what we started with, and we started with p. So we should end up with p. So what is p equal to? Well, we just follow the flow chart and build up the expression. When we take 3 and multiply by 6, the result is 18. And when we take 18 and subtract r, the result is 18 minus r. So what is p? P is equal to 18 minus r. Now that might seem a little unconventional to you. A more traditional approach would be as follows. You write down the equation. R plus p divided by 6 is equal to 3. And you want to think of how to isolate p. Well, we notice that we have division by 6 on the left-hand side. In order to undo that division by 6, we would multiply both sides by 6. So on the left-hand side, the 6's divide out. 6 divided by 6 is the number 1. And when we multiply 1 by r plus p, we just end up with r plus p. So r plus p is equal to 18. Now remember, our goal is to isolate and get p by itself. So at each step, we want to remember that we're trying to get p by itself. So we notice that we're adding r to p. To undo adding, we use subtraction. So we just simply take away r from both sides. And what is the end result? The end result is that p is equal to 18 minus r. We We got the same thing, but using a more traditional method